Hi everyone, this is the right moment for you all to know which MMORPG is really good to anticipate in 2026. I will be so happy to share it because all of these MMOs are pretty worthy. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 12 New MMORPG Android 2026 Best Upcoming MMORPG You Should Anticipate. You guys can support this channel by sending a super thanks, and our team will appreciate that. Ragnarok Eternal Love 2. I'm so happy to have the next level of RO game that I would like to present on this list, but surely it will hook you so much even if it has the best character movement from any Ragnarok series that you have ever seen. We can climbing the wall, sprint, dash, jump, and do some parkour movement. It's just unbelievable. We can easily see how massive the player will be playing it. Even the official game's trailer show us how a million players really give a huge interest. There are some job classes that I think are quite familiar to the veteran players, but the difference is the knight character can attack the enemy while riding mount, which is kinda crazy. The interesting part is we can explore the underworld, sea water, and have the combat there. Overall, it still has a chibi character design that looks in perfect shape on every hero's model. Seriously, it has the next level of RO, and I think for the next RO series, they should think twice to surpass it, because it looks so perfect and I would rate it 10 out of 10. It will be playable on cross-platform for PC and mobile, but I hope they add a console platform because the visualization is pretty perfect. Ragnarok Eternal Love 2 is the best new MMORPG 2026. Or Doll Chronicle. This game is available in a certain region only right now. It's because the developer tries to find the weaknesses point to optimize the game before it launches on global, which is we need to be more patient for it. Once it is ready, I am sure it will satisfy you all. By the way, the gameplay is pretty smooth, especially when you are in combat, because we can freely do an improvement action by attacking the enemy while moving. Once the enemy tries to launch a heavy damage, then we can easily stay away from the hazardous area while we are hitting the enemy with our skill. Of course, the developer made a lot of effort to make it become this new level of smoothness. We can ride a different kind of mount with a very good shining effect around the path, a crocodile, elephant, and many gigantic mounts that we can ride to explore the realm. I realize it has a similarity visual with Odin Valhalla Rising by the ambience and how the medieval vibes look like, but it doesn't come with Nordic mythology. Doll Chronicle is the best new MMORPG 2026 for Android and iOS. War of Prasia. This MMORPG was made by Nexon Company, but I think this company needs to prove their capability of creating a great game MMO, because most of their game is an RPG, because it looks quite identical within the other game with the same genre. With an auto features and pretty similar concept with Raven 2, Odin Valhalla Rising, and Night Cross. We need something new to break a new MMO that looks way more charming. It has a top-down view perspective that makes the player can see the visual wider and rotate the point of view into 360 degrees. The game's combat mechanism is a tap and click base. We can tap the skill and unleash the skill whenever it's ready. Does anyone notice the War of Prasia MMORPG? Hellguard Dark Action. This is a new brand MMORPG that has an English version already, with a dark theme-based background. The monster and atmosphere, the music, the ambience is well shown up of a dark fantasy themes. The gameplay is really promising with a lot of action we actually can do, like blocking, dodging, jumping, and running, but those actions will consume some stamina or energy, so the hero will get exhausted so fast once you can't manage those actions effectively. This indicator is really important because most of the enemy will come at us aggressively within a massive number. When you run out of stamina, then it will make you in disadvantaged condition. So we need to raise our focus every single second once we are in combat. This game has a great hack and slash space. Switching the weapon like a bow or a sword will determine your fighting style. It comes with a dungeon-based concept, but you can see and meet the other player while you are in the safety area. Making a chat, message, and conversation will make your day better while playing it all day long. Hellguard Dark Action is the best new MMORPG 2026 for Android and iOS with a PC quality level. Dragon Sword. I think this game is the most crazy thing that will come to my life, especially in the MMORPG genre. I never got this excited before because I'm a veteran of Dragon-esque game on PC and I grew up on this series. But after I know if the ex-creator of the endgame made a new MMO, then I try to figure out how it looks and surprisingly, it's too good for mobile games. Look at how impressive the graphic is, it's beyond than the other MMO nowadays with a 3D anime character that combine perfectly with a cartoon design. All of the main characters have a semi-chibi, which is kinda cool. The gameplay mechanism is pretty entertaining because we can switch the hero anytime and control the hero. The combat is super simple, we just need to tap the active skill once it is ready. Dragon Sword will dominate the mobile games industry, especially in the MMORPG genre. Star Strike. Did you know this game? It looks super good, even better than the other futuristic and robotic MMORPG based concept. I'm sure the developer tried to all in to deliver the best combat action because the player can make some chain combo when we touch the extra button that will appear suddenly. So the respawn and the anticipation to touch it will determine how much damage number you can make while in the combat. I have tried many times when it launched in beta and I really enjoy the progress, the smoothness, the navigation control, and how the graphics now are sharper than before. It has a huge open world and we can explore it by flying with your own jetpack. I really believe the developer did a good thing to optimize the game, even if they do frequent updates. But I wonder if they will add some PvP content because the combat action is the first priority that they all are concerned about. Star Strike is the best new MMORPG 2026. You guys can support this channel by sending a super thanks, and our team will appreciate that. Ion 2. If you are looking for an MMO that focuses on the microtransaction, then it will be one of the best options for your next list. It's because we can do an auction in a real time with the other player to make a good deal to get some rare material or equipment through a trade system. So as a player, we will have the same chance to increase our power by the main of in-game currency. This game is a new MMORPG that has super good visual, graphic, and gameplay mechanism. Can you all imagine if we can manage our hero to fight the enemy while we are in the air, which I mean flying? It's pretty insane how the game works, and I really love how the combat action is. We can slash the enemy while moving and unleash the skill to a different target as we like. It has a long storyline, we will get a lot of cutscenes and dialogue to deliver in-line story. Unfortunately, we will not have an option to pick a different answer while we are in a dialogue, which means we can skip all of the conversation because it will change any story. Ion 2 is the best new MMORPG on mobile 2026 and also available for PC as well. Tales of Mecca. This game has been released in a certain region only, especially in Asia. And you know, this kind of game has its own market. Who's love to play is the Philippines, Thailand, or Indonesia. All of those countries are loving to play a newbie-friendly MMO and not pretty hardcore. Even it has an auto pathfinding and auto combat battle that you all can play and navigate the whole game 100% automatically. But anyway, the developer are pretty clear on telling the player if this game is pay-to-win game because we have an offer to boost your main character's level so fast in the earliest game, which is it will cost a certain penny. But the game's graphics are pretty good, even if it reminds me of The Legend of Neverland. Does anyone remember this game? And I'm sure you all will agree with me. Ragnarok The New World. I really love to see the UI because most of the Ragnarok game are always full of icons on the screen, but this game has a pretty clear UI and looks so efficient. With a great font picking, by the way, it's playable on PC and mobile as well. The graphic is quite similar within the other RO series, but the far view distance looks better, even we can see the object further. This game has a huge open world game, but I think the developer did a great optimization, especially the rendering system, because it doesn't have any loading screens every time we go to the other location. The combat mechanism is pretty solid and smooth. The skill visualization is absolutely cool. It has an AFK features to grinding the experience or items, even we can do an offline battle for grinding, which is we don't have to stay online all day long. Make sure you join the guild to increase your EXP by clearing the gold mission. It has so many daily quests and dungeons, either that for personal daily quests or the guild daily quests. So we have a lot of chance to obtain a certain items that we can exchange in the guild shop. Participate on the PvP guild within a huge scale of war. Ragnarok New World is the best new MMORPG 2026. Monster Hunter Outlander. The mobile era has begun. The game's sequel is the proof if they are really focused on making a huge update to represent a console quality game into a mobile platform. The combat mechanism absolutely impressed me. It's just beyond than the other mobile action game. The realistic looks super amazing, especially from the monster design. The gameplay footage looks stunning and promising as well. Even the combat looks quite slower than any MMO nowadays, but it will create a realistic movement rather than make it as a fast-paced combat. All of the boss monsters have a very big size, which means their area of effect range will become bigger, so we need to anticipate their next movement carefully to avoid any HP reduction in a massive number. But anyway, we can make a team up within the other player to hunt the boss together. It will make an effective action and increase the efficiency to clear any mission faster. It has an open world game concept where we can enjoy the beautiful scenery from a top-down view perspective through a glider or moving from one area faster by a zipline. TOSM Extreme or Tree of Savior Mobile Extreme. This is what I'm waiting for because I was a player who's played it on PC before and it's totally similar from the graphic and visual. Even the character design is truly the same. I was a paladin user. The two things that I really like the most about it is the music background is absolutely magnificent and adorable, and the second one why I love to play it is because the graphic looks so aesthetic with a watercolor look. Overall, it has an auto features like the skill, pathfinding, and also combat. The UI is perfectly optimized on mobile. It's because the developer is focusing on mobile platform only, so it will not be a cross-platform one. Improve your hero through the skill tree system. Once you realize your mistake on selecting the skill, then we can do a reset skill, but it will consume a certain currency. We can unlock the class to adjust your playstyle once you reach a certain level. If you are looking for a great MMORPG with a nice skill effect, skill animation, surely this is the answer. Tree of Savior Extreme or TOSM Extreme MMORPG 2026. Blue Protocol Star Resonance. This game has an English version already, but it's only available for a certain country, and I think everyone can access the game easily. Just to let you know, this game is one of the best anime MMORPG, especially from the visualization. It has no autoplay features, which means you all need to navigate, control, and play the game manually. Even the combat should be done manually. So it's a good MMO for a player who's love to play on hardcore level. By the way, the developer is really focusing on the storyline and not grinding. That's why the no autoplay is pretty sweet on it. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.